This is Broward Housing Solutions, and we're here with Sandra, and she's going to share with us her testimony.
Yes, my name is Sandra Hampton. Um, I was raised and born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I eventually worked it most of my life when I was able, but eventually I wound up out there on the drugs and alcohol, wound up homeless, on the street, living from place to place, on the parks, trees, under the bridge. In fact, any place I could lay my head. A lot of times I would just nowhere to go, so I had to stay, lay my head any place that I could go. And eventually I wound up drugs and alcohol just destroying my health, my body. I wasn't a bad person. I worked it all my life. I was a good person. I was raised right in the church and everything. But eventually I went astray. And the drugs and alcohol is what I chose. And eventually I was cleaning the church every weekend. I would clean the church as a tithe offering towards, the church. I remember going in one weekend. I got tired of living out there on the streets, from place to place, parks, cardboards, laying on cardboard houses, Bentley's apartment. So eventually I cried out to the Lord. I got on my knees and I said, Lord, I can't live this way. My body's tired. I just wanted to leave. I just gave up on life. And my intention was to leave that church and go on Sunrise Boulevard right there to 95. And just jump off the bridge right there off 95 into the highway. Would be an easy way for me to leave. These are my intentions. But God had better plans. God that I know had better plans for me. For some reason, I don't know how, but I wound up on a city bus. And they took me down Sunrise Boulevard. And I said, Lord, I don't know how I got on this bus, but wherever you're taking me or wherever you're leading me, this is where I'll go. But I had been in and out of jail, backwards and forward, bad relationships, abusive relationships. And where I wound up was to a shelter. The name of it was TAC. I got out. Out there and I looked at it. I didn't know it was a shelter. Everything I knew, I looked around and had bars running when I figured it was jail. And I said, no, Lord, I don't want to go back in jail. I'd rather just die. I don't want to go back in jail. But I said, well, Lord, I surrender it all to you. This is where you want me, and this is where I'm going. I wind up going around to the front and found out it wasn't a jail. It was a shelter. Eventually, the lady told me, she looked at me, I said, ma'am, I don't know. I have no place to live, no place to stay. Never been homeless in my life. Had a good job, worked as I can. And I was afraid. So much was going out there, out there in the streets, and so much happening. I feared for my life. So eventually, they sheltered me in a shelter. They put me in a shelter at the Hack. That's where I started my new life. I gave my total life, I gave it all. I surrendered everything. I wound up going in that shelter, barely could walk. Actually in a wheelchair. For some reason, I was headed to the library on the inside, and I didn't know nothing about no NA or drug programs or meetings or nothing like that. Eventually, I walked into the library thinking I was going to go read me a book or do something. And I walked into an AA meeting. And the woman's name was Miss Irene Flanders. She was the one that's head of the meeting. She was a counselor for AA. I opened the door and I never in my life seen this person. And I'm a type of person that's always stay close to myself. I wouldn't share nothing with no one. What I go through, I had to go through it on my own. But for some reason, God led me in, and when I opened that door, they was having this meeting. It seemed like they just was talking about me, my life, what was going on in my life. And I just broke down in tears. And then they looked at me, she said, come here. She said, no, don't go out. I'll finish shut the door and go back out. She said, no, don't go nowhere. You're supposed to be here. I said, ma'am, I don't know what it is, but you was talking about my life. You don't even know me, you know. But that's how God worked through other people's to get to where you need to get here. Eventually, I got in the AA meeting. She became my sponsor. She introduced me to going out, you know, the different meetings and stuff. I started going to meetings. I stayed up in the hike maybe about 6 months. When they usually allow you to vote, they got legal aid to help me out. I was very down in the press. They got me psychiatrists. They give the medication that I needed. They sent me to the clinic so I could see doctors that I needed to see. Eventually they sent me this legal aid council. They helped me get on my disability, Social Security stuff. And I left them there. I wound up at a halfway house called Women's Foundation. I stayed there for about 3 or 4 months at Women's Foundation. And after I left from there, in less than a month, they called me in to come work there for me at the office. So I worked at Women's Foundation. I had to share and help the ladies, you know, what God did in my life. You know, if it could turn around and help anybody out there, I'm willing to help them and share along with it. But I was raised like, I always been a type of person, a caring person, would do anything for anybody. But when I was down and I was out, I know, no, there was no one there for me. I was like lost. When God brought these things and people into my life, from that shelter, I wind up inside apartment, into housing, Volunteers of America. And from Volunteers of America, I got into the apartment 7 years in that one apartment. Nice, beautiful apartment. A place that I could call home. A place that was truly safe to me. That meant a lot to me. But I didn't have no clothes or nothing to put on my feet. They furnished my place. They put the furniture in there. They gave me food and stuff to eat. They gave me dishes and something, you know, all they could to help me out, they did it, you know. And I was very grateful for everything they did. But that day I looked down and I said, you know, we all may fall down, but there's a God that loves us greater than we love ourselves. When we give up on ourselves, He never gives up on us. He reaches all the way down to pick us up. So my testimony today is, we may fall down, but you don't have to wallow in it. There's somewhere, somebody out there, there's opportunities to help people that really in need of help. A lot of people don't know about it like me. It was all something I didn't know. It was a new experience for me. But God took me through what I had to go through to get where I am today. And today I've been sober for over 12 years. By the grace of God and the help of my housing in my own place. And I haven't been homeless. I have food, nice furniture, roof over my head. And any problems or any situations, I can go to the housing people. They help me out. They're there at all times. Sometimes my mother passed away during this time when I was in Broward housing right now. I was able to go and sit down and talk, you know, with my counselor. At Broward housing, they took time to listen, to understand what I was going through, to show me that they cared, you know. And that means a lot. Sometimes it just takes somebody just to listen to you, somebody just to be there for you. And through my housing, they've helped me out, and they've been for me for the longest. And like today, I'm very grateful to know that God is working in others to help them that really in need. Because I was one of the moms that was really out there and in need, didn't know where to go. They gave up on life, didn't care, you know. But people came and lot of people's in my life to let me know I'm worth it. I care for life. I change life. Right now I'm in the church member, singing in the choir, secretary, and I'm doing wonderful. By the grace of God and the help of my house and the people that helped me along the